Madoja lunu nwanne ya olo. Ogene. Na Igbo. Nwanne m, good evening. Kekos. Okay, dalo. Hey. Zahira Guerrero. Oh. Zahira Guerrero. Samuel Chineche. Henry the Great. Anthony Collins. What's up, my people? Good evening. Good afternoon. Because I don't know where you're watching from. Yo. I need some fresh elu. Who is that? Who you? No, not now, bro. I'm gonna talk to you later. Please. Just give me some slacks. Just give me some slacks. I need to work. Summer Blue, Henry C, UD Automobiles. Scooter, Kimberly. Oh, the day I went to Kimberly in Free State in South Africa, yo, what a city. Odomili Besaida. If you're in Kimberly, South Africa, can you identify, please? Let me see you. I want to see someone from Kimberly. Kimberly, thanks for reminding me about that, okay? So, who is this moron? What's the name? Betty what? Olosho, what are you doing here? Are you supposed to be here? Can you please excuse yourself out? We don't have time for him, besides, yeah? William Michael from Jamo, UD Automobiles, Bright on Webu, and then I will like Francis Ekwedike, William Michael from Munich, Jamo. Money stops nonsense from United States of America. I can see you. Money stops nonsense, okay? Name XX, Ifeanyi Chukwu Benny Banugo. Ugebe na aja na Azia ezigbo nwanne nke m iche. Saloti lessons. Mayor Chris from Alberta, Canada. I love you too, bro. Oh, Mama Adaudo, Richie Liwa, Stan Yu Jr., Mezimosi, oh, Wilfred Chukwudi Manuel, Valentine Ojiekwe. Again, Medugebe Najanazi singing name of my own blood. Asika Chimobi Manuel. Name XX. Tonight, my message is not going to be much because I'm not going to stress it. I know some people are fighting. Let me just break this news to so many people. So those of you who are disappointed over the saga that has been trailing me all this while, I want to tender a sincere apology to you. That it wasn't an intentional one. You see, when my Facebook was set up, it wasn't done by me, and somebody did. They set it up, and whatever discrepancies we are witnessing so far should be considered one of those hazards in the field, because every field has its own hazards and ethics. So we may not get it right, but I can tell you that I spent the whole day trying to fix things. You know, all the people I find that shared some videos, so many, and so on and so forth, I tried to release them, okay? I even went ahead and deleted some of my videos just to make peace reign, because there was this other sister of ours also that came up in the morning, and she reported that that happened, and, you know, I had to talk to her. We spoke to each other, and there was an understanding. The one they say they signed MOU, memorandum of understanding, something like that. So we came to terms. We spoke to each other in a very mature ground, and things went fine. And today nobody's complaining. I wish that girl handled things differently. It would have been a different case today. But whichever way it has turned out to be, life goes on. So I just want to tell you not to be angry with me over all the things you've been seeing so far. So far, so good. We move. Now we want to channel our attention over our nation, Nigeria, what is happening, and the planned protest which is about to take place in a few days' time. And then I remembered coming out here some time ago to tell all the Igbos not to participate in this. And a few days back, we saw Peter Obi being accused to be the masterminder of the planned protest. And then they made mention of IPOB as well and stuff. So when we look at all these things, we see them like they're all propaganda. And I tell you that these are one of the tools that the government has, especially politicians, just to, like lure us away from reality and make us to get busy over nothing. That's why they will turn around and tag Nigerian youths to be lazy. So as it is today, I want to say that this planned protest may never hold. I haven't seen where things like this was done. You don't need to announce to whoever you tag your enemy or who wants you gone. Never see where you come and start giving them notice of what you plan to do like 2 weeks ahead, knowing fully well the kind of people we have in politics or we have in powers. They are willing to go extra length in order to scuffle whatever effort you put in place to achieve a success. They don't want anybody to smile or anybody to laugh or to say, I have achieved a milestone. Such can never happen because it has happened before. The first time ever that youth will come out and say, we want to protest against some kind of things or irregularities in our country. And then we saw how it ended. Remember that the only time they ever carried out a successful protest was in 2015, or do I say 2014, when they wanted to oust the president of Nigeria in the person of Jonathan Goodluck Ebelechukwu. And then we all know that they weren't acting alone. That anytime your people come out heavily against you like this, though there must be a power which is from the external side that is pushing them. We know what happened, how Jonathan Goodluck was able to pilot the affairs of the country until things went wrong. And ever before then, we saw the wave going around Africa. We saw when it came to Tunisia, and we saw when it moved down to Morocco, and then it ended up in Egypt. We saw it. The next thing we heard was it was taking place somewhere in Libya, and we know the outcome of it. Now, our own brother, Jonathan Goodluck, he saw what was coming, and he decided, okay, you know what? It is time to step out. And he said, no blood of a Nigerian is worth it. So let me just bow. You might tag him a coward or whatever you want to say. But he chose to do what he chose to do because he knew how it would have ended. And now, those people who orchestrated it and championed it, they are on the back foot. And that's why I question the integrity of the church or the integrity of Christianity in Nigeria. Knowing fully well that the people who gave out more of their members to join in that protest were winners, and then the redeemed, and the entire Christendom in Nigeria. They came out en masse. They protested day in, day out. And then Jonathan Goodluck left. When Buhari came into power, everything went upside down. They now became ashamed to come out again. And I was now thinking that the church, who was all along proving to be, when you talk about integrity, they are there. When you talk about uprightness, they were there. When you talk about being just, pious, and what have you, now they lost voices. Even when you break word that this is this, they tend to become deaf. So they became deaf to the cries of Nigerians during the 8 years of Buhari in power. The church became deaf. And when people cried of insecurity, we didn't see them conjure powers of Jesus to stop it. So we see how helpless they can be. Even when some people begin to be deleted as Christians, even in Nigeria, we saw those things, but they were incapacitated because that's what it was. Okay? And Buhari completed his 8 years. And that is the only time we see federal government, facing something they were unable to finish when it comes to insecurity. They started this whole insecurity of a thing since 2011 and thereabout. And afterwards, all the promises made to Nigerians to stop it, they entered there and it became worse. And we know how many personnel, like our military, that we lost in Sambisa Forest or that we lost in the fight to stop insurgency and stuff. And yet, Nigeria has not succeeded to date. And all these things started when APC came up with their propaganda. Until today, they still be living in propaganda. And the church lost voice. Well, everybody in Nigeria can see it became even more worse when we saw a bishop of Methodists kidnapped in Nigeria. And then the Methodist Church and whatever has to rally around to raise 100 million to secure the life of a bishop. But think about how much they have, or how much effort they have made to secure the life of nobody, or the low life we have in the society, who still counts as members of the church. You see that none. Many has died in the hands of kidnappers, bandits, and what have you. But the church has chosen to remain silent. When I come out to tell you, look, these are the kind of people we have as leaders of the church. These are all businessmen. Anything that will affect them, they will become active. And once it is not on their doorposts or doorsteps, they now put their tails in between their legs. So this is what we're seeing. And I put it to the Nigerian youth that I don't see this protest that is about to come as a success, because these people will still go back to their drawing table, they will go back to their drawing room and then try to plan out a proper strategy on how to stop you. And you'll be surprised to see that these ones who are campaigning or championing it come out on August 1, what, these are the people that will be visited with Ghana must go bags, and then they will shut up. Even the president of Nigeria, we saw what happened when he was still campaigning. Yes, when people were seated, we saw how money was passed on to someone, and then we don't know what that money was all about. We don't know what it was for, but we know Nigeria that once you are giving money in that manner, it wasn't for a proper purpose. If not, it would have been announced so that people will give you a eulogy, or then there will be an ovation. But once such a thing is not happening, we're all Nigerians, we know how it works here. So we know how power changes, or how money travels all around to scuffle whatever effort people have put in place to achieve a success. So I don't see this planned protest to become a success in a few days' time. It will still end up the way it ended during the NSAS protest. And though it hasn't started yet, and now Igbos have been pointed at. When you are pointing a finger to the Igbos, what does that mean? What has Igbos got to do with this planned protest? This is exactly what happened in 2020 when people came out to protest. At the end of the day, Nnamdi Kanu was pointed to be the brain behind it, when it is when it is glaring to everybody that this is Nigerian youth we are talking of. We are not talking of Eastern youth. If it was about the East, then you can point out and say IPOB this and that, as usual, the way you always point out to them. But we are talking Nigeria here. Lagos is not East. Kaduna is not East. Abuja is not East. And all the places that protest spread onto. So why point out Igbos? And once again, we are seeing somebody pointing at P2B and then the rest of the obedience. I must ask you some questions, brother. Was it Peter Obi that increased the price of fuel in Nigeria? If he was, how? Was he a board member in NNPC Limited? Was he the oil minister? Does he run a petrol business? So how was he the one responsible for the hike of petrol price? Now, how was P2B involved in the devaluation of Naira? How was he directly involved in it? And the federal government didn't deem it fit all this while to summon him before the parliament? Like, I really want to know. Because he stands as a voice, as an opposition. Any country that hates the voice of oppositions are a bunch of evils. There's no way you can be open for opposition. It doesn't happen. Right must go with wrong. It must be dark and light. It must be left and right. That's how it is. APC emerged as a propaganda group. Everything about PDP was wrong. Everything concerning PDP was wrong as the ruling party. And nobody was sued. And now APC is in power. looking around for somebody to blame for your failures. You guys know that you failed woefully. I pity people when they're talking about APC coming to take over Anambra State, my own state. I tell you, it's a lie. It would rather go back to PDP if Abga can't handle it anymore. But I know Labour Party is there. Labour Party is there. APC should forget their third dreams of coming to influence people in Anambra to vote you. No matter what you do, Anambra can never be like Imo State, where that impunity took place and then nothing was done. You talk about Supreme Court and whatever. Such will never take place in Anambra State. Even heaven knows it will not happen. It will never happen. Next year, there will be an election in Anambra State. Then we'll ask APC, what have they done all this while to alleviate the status of a common man in Anambra State? What have you done to put food on the table of a common man in Anambra State? Is it only electioneering period we will know that APC is in existence? Such will never happen. We will campaign vigorously against you. So forget about Anambra State. Such nonsense can never happen. But you are free to campaign anywhere. But don't even think you come here and try that rubbish. You better try it elsewhere, not in Anambra State. If APGA loses its grip on that coveted seat as executive governor of Anambra State, then LP is there. By the way, I can even tell you, though the candidate of LP, I'm not so sure, but I think it's Ozimo or something. We are watching anyway. But APC has failed woefully in conducting the affairs of Nigeria in every which way you can think of it. APC is a failure. From 2015 to date, APC can never account for anything. All the money generated in the country can never be accounted for. And we keep borrowing. Now we are owing. And we cannot see the effect of the ones we borrowed. And they are still borrowing. Just a few days ago, Tinubu went ahead and borrowed more. Now, the House of Assembly just passed the bill. We scaled through the first and second reading. Everything was done in a hurry so that it will be okay that the minimum wage in Nigeria today is 70,000 naira. What can 70,000 naira buy for an average Nigerian? 70,000 naira is not enough for a family of 5 to feed and say, no, it can never happen. Go to the market and price meat, cow meat, beef. Check out the price. All the spices you need to cook your food, check out the prices. How much is gari? How much is beans? How much is a bag of rice? A bag of rice today is 80-something thousand, close to 90,000. Our locally manufactured rice. And you don't even think that way. You are there offering people 70,000. That is where I see that this Labour Party and the leadership of Labour Party is just, I'm ashamed of all of you. Shameless people. Every time Labour is negotiating with Mr. President, Labour is negotiating with federal government. Since how many years we've been negotiating? Today you call for strike. Tomorrow everything is okay. Yet people are suffering. You cannot tackle the issue like a man. It's so solid. Every day we are going on strike. Now this is the time for you, because these Nigerians now planning it. You, labor union. We ain't talking of trade union, because all of you, I think you fall under one umbrella. But now, this is that time to come out and say, no, Nigerians are crying. What is 70,000? Look at how shameless federal government can be. Look at what they call palliative they are cheering. Cheering for what? I saw one Yoruba man, I think he was from Abeokuta or thereabout. He was complaining. He showed the one given to him to go and share to people up to 300 in numbers. Something that I myself cannot even accept. This is Nigeria. Politics. What will it benefit you? I tell you what, Nigeria needs to go under colonialism again. All these things like they remove colonialism is nonsense. We are not ripe enough. It is that time for us to come out clean and own up that we all have failed. A black man cannot rule. We don't know anything about leadership. We are full of envy. We are full of tribalism. We are full of nepotism. We cannot rule. Look at the entire Africa. Every time we put it to the West, that they are, how are they controlling you? We are the ones fighting each other. Look at where our attentions are being channeled to now. Dangote this, Dangote that. What's our business with that? Bring the price of fuel down. Stop confusing Nigerians with Dangote saga. Do your nonsense. When you started it, we were not there. Nigerians will now come together now. They'll be busy analyzing something they know nothing of. Our money, what money is your money? All the ones that sharing every day, what have you done about it? Focus on what you want to achieve your goal. They will continue to make you lose guard. You will lose focus. Nigeria. The people that plan this protest, I don't know if are you planning it because you want to raise enough money or what? This is not how to go about this. If you think that the youths are united, whoever is championing it, it just take you 24 hours and it will spread like wildfire. Even waiting till now, I don't even know what you are waiting for. Is it for you to earn your salary first before you start protesting? Because you don't know what the outcome will be. Because Nigeria could be shut down and nothing will happen. Then you might go hungry. That's why you waited. So that once you get your salary, you'll be able to come out. And that is what I see. But this is that thing called cowardice. This is your country. I saw that man that calls himself, was it Abiola or whatever he called himself, the one that they brought out his tweet from 2011-12, where he was saying that it was his right to protest and nobody could stop him. He has the right to use that his right whenever. And now he's telling people that whoever is coming out to protest, this, that, you are talking nonsense, my man. You are talking cack. If anybody wants to protest, it is his right. You cannot stop anybody from protesting because nobody stopped you from soiling your hands in corruption. When you were whining and dining, spending money, driving SUV, living cozy, nobody asked you. And now people say they've had it up to their neck here and you are telling them nonsense. It is only in Nigeria that we have breeded enough cowards that you guys are doing all this nonsense and getting away with it. You call yourself a senator. What stupid senator are you? Senatoring who? You go to that chamber, you talk nonsense all day and go home. You don't think about the plight of the masses. And the people will come out tomorrow to worship the ground you step on. These are foolish Nigerians. If they know what they're doing, they will even stone you on the way. You subject people to hunger and you are there bragging as if this money belongs to you. This is people's money. Because this is democracy. It is the government of the people, for the people and by the people. And why are you seeing yourself like you are the Messiah? You are untouchable because you move around with enough security that people can no longer reach out to you. And APC is coming to Anambra again. What awaits all of you? Yo, is too big. You want to come to Anambra State now to come and tell us to vote you as who? As somebody who means well for Nigeria. Look at the Nigeria that is in your under your watch as APC. Just take a look. Even here in the southeast, the only state that fell into the hands of them. Look at how blood was shedded there. Come out to talk. Who is APC? Filled with bunch of criminals. People that prefer to loot their people dry, carry the money abroad. Had it been that all the money we have is circulating here in the country, nobody will cry for hunger. But they will rather change it to dollar, take all their resources out of the country. You go and buy houses abroad. That was money which was supposed to be here, circulate among us. You go to the bank, they can give you loan. With that money, federal government can develop anywhere. You take that money, you buy properties abroad just for you, and you say you are not selfish. And police is busy here arresting all these little children. You see 17, 18 years old young child. You tag him Yahoo. You arrest him. But when you see these criminals, you turn your eyes to the other side. Yes. Police, you contributed 80% to the corruption in Nigeria. Because when it's time for you to arrest the culprit, you turn the other side. They will even ask you to go and protect them. You offer security to criminals. You are the one chasing them. You are the one that you block people from reaching to them, to teach them lessons. So that when you are coming out tomorrow to contest, you ask yourself that question. You don't need Nigerians to ask you. If you know how hot that seat is, you will think twice before you come out and say vote me. If you know that this seat is more than hot, you will think twice. You must think twice. Here nobody questions you. You go out and come back at will. You can go abroad anytime you want. You don't tell the people you are traveling. People elected you and you are not traveling with your private money. Even as president or whoever you are, as long as you hold the public office, you have no right to travel anytime you want and come back whenever you want. You are an executive who says vote me, I will make here the best. They voted you. You don't even care about hospital care, health care facilities where you came from. Is it not a shameful situation to Nigeria that our president still travels abroad for medical checkup? Our officials goes abroad for treatment. So where do we go? Where do we go for treatment? Does it mean that you cannot be treated in your country? That place you are going to for treatment, are they more wiser than us? So they are wiser than us. Or is it not because of the equipment they have there? Are you telling me that it's useless to become a doctor in Nigeria? So why the medical schools here? Why? Why do we have school of medicine? Quash it from the curriculum now. Let's know that there's nothing like health here. Medicine, nothing. Because there's no reason why somebody will spend his money here on medicine in school after 5 years. He says he's a doctor, yet nowhere to practice. That's why some of them they go to our localities, rent 3 rooms in one upstairs, uncompleted building, and then they turn it to hospital. How good is that? And now you are saying that nobody should protest in the best interest. So to avoid getting wide, if I should use that word, that means you are planning also to send out your troops. A healthy country, when people want to protest, will provide them with police to guide them in the streets. They will protest peacefully. But here, the reverse is the case. You rather send your army against your own people. At the end of the day, it took ECOWAS to convict the federal government of their high-handedness in 2020, 20th of October, or yes, thereabout, the Lekki Toll Gate massacre. But Nigerian courts are incompetent. Nigerian courts, Nigerian judiciary, even the legislators, they couldn't see anything wrong. They don't think it's right to convict the federal government, to seek compensation for those people. Our own courts were caged, handicapped, and they were blinded. They couldn't speak. They couldn't see that federal government got it wrong. But it's ECOWAS now that even told them that it is wrong. You got it wrong. For that reason, you are going to pay how many billions or millions rather to these 3 families and stuff. It shows that other families doesn't have long legs to go that extent. But for them to have convicted Nigeria, the case is finished. That is a country that has interest of its people, Nigeria. Because you have a good interest, that's why the judiciary was incapacitated. What a love. What a love of a country. Huh? What a love. I live in South Africa. I watch them protest anytime they want. But then Metro Police, we call them Metro Police. We have normal police, SAPC, which is South African police, SAP. And then we have Johannesburg Metro, is called JMPD. JMPD, Johannesburg Metro Police Department. They will be the ones to guide you while the protest was on. People will sing, they will dance, carry their protest letter, go and deliver it, give their speech, turn around and go home. But when it comes to Nigeria will send out their mobile policemen to go and tear gas people, possibly shoot people to disperse them. Why would you disperse people? Had it been you provided job for people, they would be busy in their workplaces. So nobody will have time to come onto the street and protest. What will it take you to satisfy the needs of Nigerians? How have you encouraged Nigerians to go back to their farms? Or can't you see that that thing contributed to this hunger today? How do you encourage them to go back to their farms when they're still getting pied in the bushes? Now you want to turn around and give us Bill Gates Foundation whatever offer. Do you think that we are just dumb? Why is it that Bill Gates loves us so much? Why don't he turn attention to America? Give whatever to America. We are fine here. Bill Gates, we are fine in Nigeria. Leave us alone. We are okay. Focus in America. You are an American. We are Nigerians. Let us deal with our problem. You are coming to our aid. Oh, really? Mr. Aid. You guys now love us so much. Especially you. People are hungry. It's a shameful situation that here, Ghana became more valuable in everything. Ghana of how many millions? We just say we are giant of Africa. Look at Mr. President. The best thing you think you can offer Nigeria is to change their national anthem. Even you are struggling to sing that nonsense. This is all you could afford the country. This is what you can give us amidst hunger in the land. I saw the other one bragging that Nigeria can now say that Nigeria can now boast of 19 to 20 hours electricity. Imagine the audacity. Is it the same Nigeria we are in or another Nigeria? And you forgot that this is rainy season, that the dam has risen. So it's obvious that it will generate more megawatts. That's what you are bragging with. Why didn't you say this few months ago? Or what did you contribute to that sector that made you come out now to brag? You think we're stupid? We are not stupid, just that we are scared of our lives. That's why. Everybody here is cowards. And it's you people that turned us into cowards. Because when we stand up to speak, we get gunned down. That is why we have chosen to remain silent. And you guys think you always get away with it. Now people are planning to do this. I blame them for even telling you when they are planning to do it, even publishing it. They should have just started the whole something. And then you understand. You will learn. You will learn that you are dealing with people, not monkeys, not animals. These are human beings, for crying out loud. You go to family of 6, 7. Children have gone to bed with hunger. And tomorrow they will still go to school. Where is the money coming from for transportation? What about their lunch box? How will they come back? Even the parents that is planning these things that their children will go to, they don't even have their own transport money to go and make money. Make which money? Maybe the father has lost the job. Where is he going to get the money? People are suffering. You don't care. How many jobs have you introduced into our states? What jobs have you created? What has the government created? Even multinational, multi-billion-dollar companies here are leaving Nigeria. Microsoft left Nigeria. But the same whatever is called, Bill Gates is telling us about maize nonsense. People are leaving. Companies are leaving Nigeria on daily basis. Even ShopRite, I know it won't be long now, they will leave. Many companies has left. Where are the automobile companies? Most of them have gone. Peugeot, no longer here. We no longer use it as our official car. Mercedes is not here. BMW is not here. Honda is not here. Kia, I don't know if it's here. Which one is here? Even the indigenous one we have here, instead of you to promote use Niger, made Niger, you are now promoting another one from which other continent? Nigerian youths, I think it's time you started using your brain. The way I see this thing, I don't see like something that will come out successfully. Because to start with, Igbos are not coming into this nonsense. The Igbos are not coming into it. Igbos have cried enough in this country, Nigeria. Igbos have contributed, and yet their contributions didn't count. What they get in return is bad mouthing. Yes, that's how it ended. That's why we encourage all Igbos to forget about the protest. Because the man that won the election was denied. And today, they are calling him out for what? What is the wrong? What is the wrong in being an Igbo man? What have we done wrong being an Igbo man? Why all this bitterness? Why the envy? Why is it so? A Yoruba man will still come, but even the way they sideline Igbos in their discourse, like we don't even exist. And yet an Igbo man is trying to join the protest. For what? What are you protesting for? That Tinubu will vacate the seat and that P2B will take over? Or that now the chief of army staff will vacate the seat and Igbo man will be appointed? I want to know exactly why. Is it that when you join the protest, you will not deem it fit to bring down the price of petrol so that you can buy your gas, or what? What exactly are you protesting for? So that you can now be counted as one of the majority in Nigeria? So that you can now be counted as one of those that will stand eligible to contest and win election? Those things will never happen. Or you want them to now make an Igbo man the Chief Justice of the Federation or the Attorney General of the Federation? Is that what you are looking for? That will never happen. So let them go. Let them do whatever they want to do. The other time we said we want to go, they said we can never leave, that we must remain here. And that happened in 1967. Even the coup that took place, they tagged it an Igbo coup. Even when they have seen that Igbos has little number of soldiers that participated in that coup, they still turned it around and blame you, Igbo. Everything, they must turn it to you. That is why you wouldn't allow them now to turn it to you. Let them go ahead and do their protest. So whatever happens, they will not point you. Even this one's pointing now. The gods of our land, we visit them one by one. Don't forget we have Amadioha, and it's time for us to go and awaken the sleeping giants so that they will stand up for our case. What nonsense. Anybody will just wake up one day, Igbo is the only thing you find in your mouth. That time has come when that day will start choking all of you. What nonsense. You want to protest and you are there broadcasting. You even pasted it. Give a date. You see what will happen that day. This is Nigeria we know. Land of impunity. Yes. This is a land where nothing good will ever come out from. Imagine how much Nigeria is making. Federal government will always tell you that things are hard. Things are hard. For how many years now? And you think it will be all right? It will never be all right again. You are clamoring for power. Now the power is in your hands. You can't use it anymore. Black people don't know anything about leadership. We must accept the fact that we failed. The white men didn't teach us about democracy completely. What they gave us was demon crazy. That's why when they are there, they are demonic and they are all crazy. From A to Z. They lost their conscience and they lost voice to truth. That is what it is. Even from your local government, from your councillor to the highest office in the land. Once they get into power, they get intoxicated. And then they say that absolute power corrupts absolutely. You look at them, they are all corrupt. Filled with lies, lying tongues. Because you're a Yoruba man, you will see that this thing is wrong. You will stand for it. You and I knows very well what happened. When in Nigeria did we start handing power over in midnight? Where? After Mahmoud and everything. Today Mahmoud is still there. Nobody is questioning Mahmoud. Everything is a joke in Nigeria. He's free, patrolling, doing whatever he wants. And when election comes again, he will still conduct it. That is Nigeria. Nobody is talking. All the evil, all the wrongs taking place in the country, nobody is talking. You can't even stand up. Look at Burkina. I heard somebody say that Burkina is now worse than it was before. What I saw was one animal talking. And all the people of the country came out and begged their president, please, we don't want the election. We want you for 5 years. Then after that, we'll negotiate if we will let you go or continue. The choice of the people. He made people go back to the farm. He provided security to secure them. He provided tractors and equipment for them to go into farming so that there will be food in their houses. Had it been in my yam barn, I have enough. I have cassava, I have beans, I have rice, which I provided for myself. I can't be coming to the market crying that please, he says this is how much. For what? After, when there was no money, we were surviving via trade by barter. We left our farmlands because of the insurgency, because of Boko Haram. Everybody ran away from the bushes. And then look at the result today. People are hungry. Somebody did one skit. Somebody came into the market and demanded for one basket of tomato, one basket of, and then the seller now had to do dorime. Dorime. It's not easy to buy a basket of tomatoes in Nigeria now. You must be a ritualist to do that. You must be a politician to price and buy a basket of tomatoes in Nigeria. It's not easy. That's how bad it has become in the country. And you as a leader, you are sleeping with your two eyes closed. When your next door neighbors, people around you, though you wouldn't want to stay in that kind of neighborhood. Now look at the gap between the rich, the haves and the have-nots. Look at the gap. Too wide. All you want is for the people to worship you because you are the Alpha and Omega, because you are now the governor. Before you became governor, you were our brother. We were like greeting each other. We converged together. Even in our communities, we attended ceremonies. We go for funerals and stuff. The very moment you became the governor, you became untouchable. I can't even speak to you until you make your 8 years. And then you turn around and remember you are from this village. God will punish your head there. God will go. The thunder when they visit you, you see they do press up. And another idiot will come out from nowhere, somewhere again and say, vote to me. Vote to me. And my mother will take out her time, go and stand in the queue, and waited for longer hours to vote you. And after that, you go there for another 4 years and do your nonsense. Such will never happen again in Nigeria. It's time for us to sensitize the youth, for them to stand up and know their rights. This is democracy, except Nigeria wants to practice oligarchy and whatever system of government they wish for. But if it's democracy, we know the meaning. We know the meaning. The only tangible thing that Tinubu did was to give autonomy to the local government. That's the first time or the best thing ever to have happened since he joined there or he entered that seat as the president. I see no reason why you will just be there after your election as a governor. You refuse to conduct election for the local government, and now you tell us about caretaker. What nonsense caretaker? So that you'll be siphoning the money and do it as you want. All the money generated in my own local government will be used to develop that local government at your own will and discretion. Such will never happen again. If you cannot conduct an election, then forget that money. Manage your state. Yes. Manage your state whichever way you deem fit. Everything is upside down in the country. And the people here cannot speak. They are scared of police. They are scared of getting arrested. That's why they can't open their mouth and say something. This country doesn't belong to anybody somewhere. It belongs to all of us. But I know that you wield more power to intimidate me and nothing more. If not for intimidation, you can't do anything. You meet me one-on-one, I'll meet you one-on-one. If you think you are the governor and you have enough power, come out one-on-one. Keep your executive power. Meet me as a man. Because if not for government, you are nobody. You are somebody because you are a politician. It's only in Nigeria that a politician brags for money. Once you become a politician, people can see the difference in making money and stealing money. Because politicians are not making money. They are stealing money. That's what they are doing. Every little chance they find, they will steal all the money there. And who is there to question them? They will buy you over. Yes, they will buy you over. They can even buy your own brother. They can even buy your own brother. You see your brother turn against you immediately and tell you, I'm sorry, my hands are tied. What hands were tied? You sold your conscience. We know that's how it has been here. That's why Nigeria is not going anywhere. You see that these planned protests will never hold. They will buy those protesters again. They will buy them. They will go and pay some people who will come and turn that into another thing. People will go stealing, obtaining from people, causing havoc here and there, burning places, and then you turn around. I thought we said that it's going to be a peaceful protest. What is happening? You wouldn't understand what is happening, and that will make the police to come. Police will now come and dispatch everybody and tell you that they turn violent, this, that, and that will be the end. When you are in Nigeria, your vision is limited. There is how much you can see, and people abroad knows it. That's why most of them doesn't want to come here. When they come here, they complain every minute. The things they see on the streets makes them complain. Even at a point, their company will become boring. You'll be like, why are they always complaining? Is it from the streets? Even 2 days back, which was Sunday, the way a pastor was screaming, I was like, so he doesn't understand that there are kids around, that people are still in their houses. You come off that. Keke man on the street is blocking the way and it's not giving you the space to everywhere. You will not hear noises everywhere. You come onto the federal highway. The way the road safety, the police will block the highway, not because they are on road checks, just there to collect money. This time around, they are not even collecting bribe the way they used to. Formerly, they used to hide it. You give it to them while they're checking them. Today, you open it for them to be sure that it's 1,000 or it's 5,000. They are not even contented with whatever you give them as appreciation for them standing here. They think it's their right. They are not even hiding it anymore. They don't even care who is coming behind them. They are doing it openly. We call it opundential. That's what they do now. So which one will give you that encouragement to still say, I want to spend some time in my country? Nothing. Your life is not guaranteed. There is no safety. Yeah. You see in the marketplaces, even those ones who are even, like investing their money there, they are not sure that tomorrow they will come out and their market is still there, not burnt up. Here in Asaba, one building was on fire for how many days? Only one building. One building, not even two. The whole Asaba. Asaba that used to come from here to Onitsha to come and put out fire. And the fire was here in Opanam Road. For 3 days, there is still smoke. What a country. Even when I hear people say or quote Chinua Achebe, there was a country, I'm like, it's exactly what it is. Go all around the country, people are complaining. Is it in Kaduna you go, people are not complaining. Is it in Plateau, they are not complaining. Is it in Niger State, they are not complaining. Think about Ekiti State. Think about Benue State. Go to Nasarawa State. Go to Kebbi, Yobe, Zamfara, Damdamawa. Everywhere people are complaining. Come to the West. Even the Westerners are complaining. Hunger everywhere. Go to Edo State. Nobody is happy. I saw a video this evening. Somebody who tried to hang himself on the highway from the bridge. I was like, oh, my friend, go and see that. You don't want to die. If you had wanted to die, you must it be in a public space? People are confused. People are frustrated because nothing is working out. You turned around to blame a girl for becoming a prostitute. What job did you offer her? And you can't see government disturb them. It's only police that do come out once in a while to chase them. And police is not chasing them to leave the street. Police is just coming there to arrest some people to make money off them. Prostitution is a trade. It's legalized all over the world. And I'm sure in Nigeria too, prostitution was legalized or is still legalized. Why don't you give them certificate for them to carry on with their trade? You stop chasing them around. When they come, they present their certificate as Olosho, as Association of Nigeria, because it's what federal government wants. Offer them that ID so that wherever they are called upon and police stops them, what do you do for a living? She gives you her ID and tell you, I'm Asha. Yes, you let her go. Stop chasing them. Some of them will run into a drunk driver who will hit her, and then the story turns ugly. Allow them to do their job. Let them carry on with their trade. If you don't want to patronize them, let them be. The only thing you can do is make money off them, which is official. Give them their ticket and give them ID and collect the money. If you bid them 10,000, which is renewable every month, so at least by 1 year, the government would have made 120,000 from them, which would be enough to finance other projects in the country, economic projects. You can turn those money into farms. Give them fertilizers. Give fertilizers to the farmers. We know that these are money coming from Prostitution Organization of Nigeria. I tell you, that's what it should be. All the people we left there in power, though we didn't put them, they forced themselves in there. Most of them are dumb heads, dick heads. If they are normal thinking people, they will really understand the impact of hunger in the land. It's too much. People are crying. You go to the market, you see for yourself. Go there and see. The way people comes and leaves, hopelessly. Where will they get the money from to feed tomorrow? The situation is bad. Everything is upside down, and somebody wants to go and vent his anger, to vent his frustration, and you are marking a date when it will happen. You are not a serious person. You are not serious, knowing fully where the country you came from. And think about justice in Nigeria. The justice system is dead. You see it. Show me one sector that is working. Is it from the central bank? You don't hear ugly stories? Ugly stories every now and then. From the justice department, the same thing. From the police department, the same thing. From the judiciary, nothing. From the parliament, no better story. Every day they are there talking one thing that is of no use to Nigerians. Petroleum product, every day they are telling you this. Dangote is giving us some standard that is not. Dangote turn around and say, go to the filling stations, check and see, go and test and see the qualities they have there. In fact, I know that the people who are doing this, where they are there in Malta, where they have this and that, what's our business with that? You guys know what you're doing. If Nigeria is a serious country, how much is it to build that refinery? They say 200 billion or whatever. So you are telling me that it was 20 billion or thereabout, $20 billion. Are you telling me that Nigeria doesn't have 20 billion to even resuscitate our own dying refineries? How many refineries do we have in Nigeria? Don't we have one in One, in Port Harcourt, Iguacha? We have one in Warri. Okay, in faraway Kaduna, we still have one. Why haven't you revitalized one single one? We don't have crude. We don't have that. And whose business is that? You don't have crude. All the ones from Warri is going where? Delta State has oil, crude. Edo State has. Anambra State has. Imo State has. Rivers State has. Akwa Ibom State has. So what are you saying? You can manage these resources. This is the same oil Saudi Arabia is selling. This is the same oil Qatar is selling. This is the same oil UAE is selling. What is wrong with Africa? The ones in Middle East are thriving. The ones here in Africa are not thriving. What is the problem? Who is to be blamed? If he's somebody, why don't you as a president stand up for once and say, you are our problem, leave us alone? Burkina Faso just did. Niger did. Mali did. Why are you hiding? What is your problem? You still call yourself giant of Africa. Giant of failure is what you are. Borrow. You've been borrowing here and there. You borrow from China. You borrow from UK. You borrow from America. Everywhere you see money, you borrow. And you can't show anything for all the borrowings you have done so far. And you don't even have hope of paying off. What a shameless people. You borrow to service debt. You borrow to service the one you borrowed, not like paying off. They say rob Peter to pay Paul. You are not even in any of this. It's just to borrow from here to service this one. What a country. One man is providing us with cement. All of that ones should go in. For what? For what exactly? Show me the criteria. If I meet with it, then allow me to do my stuff. You won't do that. You've opened our market, free market. Look at us today. You keep devaluing your currency. Today, what are we exporting that we expect dollar to come down? What exactly? Is it the foodstuffs? Is it the foodstuff from what farm? Foodstuff from what farm exactly? Nigerians, after winning a tournament, was given, was it $100 each person? Ha! $100. That will just enter one bar. Ha! How much is 15 years? I'm telling you, check Glenfiddich. 15 years is how much? Federal government is giving somebody 70,000 minimum wage. At least 300K minimum. It's called minimum wage. Give them 300K. They will still spend that money in this country. And then the money will be rotating around. People won't be crying anymore. They will spend anyhow. 300K. At least you go buy yourself a bag of rice for the family. You do your shopping for groceries. Buy everything. Sew new clothes or buy clothes for your children, for your wards. Change their wardrobe. Buy soap and clean your house. If possible, get a bucket of paint. Paint your house for renovations. At least to look good. 300K can go a little way for them as working class in Nigeria. 300K. They're telling them about 70K. What is 70K? Even girls don't open their legs for 70K anymore for you to see how bad it is. It's all these street urchins that can allow you to give them 160, 50, 70. Big girls don't take 100,000. What is it? Ask you what is 100K. If you want to be with them, you give them 250, 300. Akwụna nwe level. Akwụna nwe level. Ego na ka o ji gba fuel na moto obubia. Ị na-ene SUV or park, agba Prado na ebe na-eku ume. Ọ batagolu 15 years na. Ebe ekwe ọ na-ekwado akwado na. Ịgba na ATM kaadị dị iche iche. Ọ nwere nke na-eburu afa, nwere nke na-adị egbu afa. Akọwabelu. Forget it, pa. Nigeria is a joke. Financial people want to ban, who to arrest, who to arraign. The people that are supposed to go to jail, you leave them. People are crying. Crying. They don't have money. You can't even travel to your destination because of money. You travel halfway, then you trek halfway. Look at the level of poverty in the country now. It's unheard of. And somebody call himself Omokri will be there in far away, wherever, talking cack. You want people to see you like upright person, talking nonsense every day. Return to that country you say you love. You have not touched your feet here. You are just there, opening your mouth, talking nonsense. I don't blame you. You have your fingers to type. All the people you think are worthy in this country, things like this, when it happens, you know that they are just nobody. The other day, they just done, was it on National Theatre? They renamed it to who? Who has contributed what to the country? What did he contribute? Giving us what? A group? A cult? Or what? A nation of men of valor, men of integrity, men of this, that. Oh. What a country. What a country. The other day, Babangida was heard giving lecture, not even like giving advice. Look at somebody giving Nigeria advice after everything he did in Nigeria. Babangida, that I know, has no moral right to stand up today in Nigeria and give advice. What did you say was your reason to cancel the June 12 elections? What? You turn Nigeria upside down, you run away from office, and today you turn around to give advice. That is the country for you. And so many other things going on in the country. People who are not supposed to, people who are supposed to hide their faces in shame will come out because of their political affluence. They will come out and be talking when they know how the state of their state when they left them, or the state of the country when they left office as federal senator or whatever, member of House of Rep. A member of House of Rep, or I don't even know. In my own, is it a constituency or what is it called? Go there and see what he's doing. Tell you that he attracted this, that. You look at the road, it's nonsense. And somebody will bragging that I constructed this road as if he was doing it with his own money. The way they brag, like they think that we are fools. We don't know that this is public money. My friend, my man, this is not your money. It's money that belongs to everyone. And that is why you entered there. Stop bragging. You entered there that you do it. It's what you said you can do that made people vote you. And you went there now. You are even discriminating that these people didn't vote you for that reason. They will not benefit in what. Are you okay? Like, are you okay? Yet you won't stop your people from collecting taxes from their localities. They will go and collect taxes at the end of the day. Tell them, they didn't vote you. Who are you that they will vote you? Who do you think you are? It's all these people here that I blame. They worship you instead of worshiping their God. They worship you and make you become their God. That's why when you talk, they respect you. Had it been that your proposed visit to their community, everybody abandoned you, go to their different works, even their marketplaces and farms. You just come there after a while, you just go. You know that people have left you. But yeah, they will never know. They will never learn. They worship human beings. The same way they see their men of God, like these are their gods. They see them like gods in human skin. And they see themselves like slaves, which they have turned themselves, willing slaves in the hands of all these criminals that turns them and use them like piece of rag. They become piece of shit before them. That's why a governor thinks he's what? Who do you think you are? You are just human being like me. Governor is governor. Nobody sees you. Go abroad and see that governor is nobody. Governor is a human being like us. They talk to people. Go abroad, you see president riding on bicycle. A president goes to work with bicycle. The one that left UK seat of power, what's his name? Not Singh of this Indian. The other one, I've seen him riding bicycle. The one of Norway, I've seen him riding bicycle, and some other presidents as well. They ride on bicycles. Here, look at Tinubu's convoy. More than 30 cars. For what? What for? Who are these people following you? Where are they following you to? Where are they following you? What's the importance of their presence? Where are you going? You are going to commission which project? What project are you going to commission that these people are following you? You fuel all their cars. Security everywhere. Even the way they carry their guns, I laugh at them. All these guns are for who? For enemies. Who are those enemies? Created by who? You are fighting the enemy you created. If you are an upright person, will you bother for security? You won't bother yourself. You won't. There will be air police, military police, police, mobile police, this, that, everything, even DSS. This is how you people even turn DSS into something else. A full-fledged DSS officer will be in your house. Doing what exactly? Serving your madam. They will drive madam to the market and back. For what now? They will even make wardrobe allowance for everybody. They will give you newspaper money. Imagine you with newspaper. Nigeria is a stupid country, I'm telling you. Newspaper allowance, wardrobe allowance, shopping allowance, you remain Olocho allowance. They will give you a Achawu allowance one day. Imagine. After providing all these things for you, we are waiting to see you put yourself to work so that we see that at the end of the day, you are worth all these things. At the end of the day, you're a failure. You just wait. At some point, you start one project that will see you till 8 years. The project never finishes. You might even leave it uncompleted and go. When you have amassed enough wealth, when you have saturated your account with enough stolen wealth, then you can bow out. The next thing, you find yourself in America, and life goes on. The next person comes in, we continue from where we stopped, we continue crying, and nobody wants to put these whole things to an end. We are talking of you as government, what you have done to us. You raped us, and then we now turn around and say, let's turn to God. He will save us from all these things. Maybe he touch you one day for you to repent and listen to our cries. A man of God comes again and become another president. A man of God comes again and become another God in human skin. He starts siphoning us, lying to us, stealing from us, robbing us of everything we have. The little one we got from government, they took it. They preach to us about God that collects money. God that needs 10%. What a stupid God, and what nonsense jargon are they telling us? A God that wants money it created or the one it never created. It wants money, even to tell you how many percent as a God. Imagine. Middle God. There's middle one, this one is middle God. Oh my gosh. Nigeria is a cruise, I'm telling you. Nigeria is a cruise. And then you go there and finish your money. You remain nobody. That's why you are willing to in the hands of all these morons. They know that once they come to you and offer you 2,000 to come and stand on the queue from morning till night, you are willing to go there. You even gather your village people. Let's go. There they will start singing. Omego, Omego Kaigeso. Omego Kaigeso. You look at them, they will line up singing. Some will be like, Omega, Omega. See, look at the energy for 2,000. 2,000 divided by 8 years. 2,000. Okay, divided by 4 years. A year is 365 days. And 2 years is how many? So once you've gotten it, 1,000 and something days, divide that 2,000 per each. You to see how much they bought you for a day. You didn't worth up to 10 naira a day. You are worthless. They see you like you're a piece of shit. And for you to have collected that money, you're a piece of shit. Check the money. That 2,000 they gave you is for 4 years. So 1 year, 1,000 is for 2 years. 500 is for 1 year. 250 naira is for 6 months. So 125 naira is for 3 months. That's how you check it and get it correct. 3 months, 125 naira. And that 125 naira divided by 3 to see how much you are worth. Nonsense. Every month you are not even worth up to 15 naira. Every month you are worth about 40 something naira. What a shameless situation. A month. So 30 days divided by 40. This is about 11 naira, 12 naira. That is what they bought you. A day. Every day in this government. You don't have conscience. You have conscience. You're that you're a fool. You're a mugu. A boy, when they gave birth to him, he will come and wear tie and carry all these boro cars, which they use their party nonsense to splatter everywhere with their loudspeaker. They pay and come into the community and start making noise. This is what they'll be talking nonsense. Even you that is supposed to look the other way and focus on your miserable life, you turn around. Hey, know 2,000. What can 2,000 buy? 2,000 boego, small bottle kai. Small bottle, milli bottle milli. etu 2,000 naira. So ebe a ka ị ya aṅụ 4 years ya nwa nọrọ ebe a na-erisi ego na-asịsa asị na ka Anambra dị ya na-agwa anyị we didn't borrow mana ọ na-agwa anyị na Anambra steeti bụkwa oil producing steeti. ka ị malụ na Anambra steeti bụ oil producing steeti confirmed. a na-eweta ego ya iche na-enye ha nwegodoro their own court as part of NDDC. you no go hear am no na we didn't borrow. Who cares if you borrow or not? Borrowing, is it on top of your head? Is it not on the state? You borrow that money to develop the state. That development will still accrue and generate money to pay back those debts. So when you are not borrowing, you are not maximizing all your efforts. You just want to limit us. If it means you must borrow to give us something that can produce that money and pay off, people do that. Why people borrow? They borrow in order to run their businesses or whatever they want to do and to return it through the proceeds from that. That is what it's for. Somebody in Aba was doing some marvelous job, construction of roads with a quality company. And here it's just this half-baked job and somebody is bragging, telling me he didn't borrow. Who cares if you borrow or not? When you talk accountability, then we come out. Let's know how far you have come, how much you made from the security votes, the internal generated revenues, and all the stuff that comes out with it. Let's see how far you've gone before you start bragging that you have not borrowed. Who cares if you borrow or not? Give us good governance. Let people have something doing in the state. Create jobs. There's so many ways you can create jobs, meaningful jobs for the people, which will guarantee their life. People are dying every day. When things happen, no hospital, nothing. Go to one hospital, they tell you one story or the other. Somebody came to the hospital with a bullet wound and you allow him to die because he didn't go back to the police station to get what? Instead of you to give him treatment and chain him to the bed so that he doesn't escape, and police will come and take their statement and go. Save that life. You wouldn't do that. You say that this is a country. And when somebody says that this is an animal country, you say it's a lie. When people steal now, they're ready to put them in jail. But you wouldn't know how frustrated they have become. You don't care to listen to them. The way police will be commanding you, beating you, hitting you. They're not ready to listen to you to know what happened exactly. Nobody cares because they feel they're part of government. Sometimes I wonder, these policemen, are you guys even paying house rent at all? Are you people buying food stuff from the same market as we? Are you still buying petrol in these filling stations the same way we buy them? It's like you are buying 400 while we are buying 750. I think when we buy rice 80,000, you buy 40,000. That's why you don't understand what we are going through. You don't understand. When a vehicle is coming before you, you begin to see the driver as if he's your enemy. All your frustration, you turn it towards that person. Why? Why are we so wicked? Black man, what is your problem? You are not willing to listen to him, to explain himself. Can somebody renew his paper when it's not expired? I thought when your vehicle license, your vehicle particulars expires, they give you a certain period of time to go and then make it right. It must expire before you go for renewal. There's a period of time, 30 days. Okay, now they're talking about verification of vehicles, especially the ones with Abuja numbered stuff. And government says they will start from 29th of July. That is the deadline. But before that 29th, come and see what people are going through about this verification. Nigeria is a jungle. Nigeria is a jungle. I'm telling you. I have a lot, bro. I have a lot of eyeglasses. This is one, Fendi. This is Louis Vuitton. Two. Look at this. Three. Here's Maybach. Okay. Yeah, Maybach, that one is Maybach. Here's another one, Louis Vuitton. So I have a lot. You're asking. So our country is messed up. Everything is upside down anyway. So my word for you tonight is that I don't see this planned protests coming successfully in a few days' time. They are really working hard now to stop it. They are really looking for avenues to buy off these people so that this thing won't hold. And the trade union, or what is it called, labor union, are the weakest people ever I've seen. This is that time for everyone in the nation to stand up and say enough is enough. The about women riot took place and is there in the history. And now where are the women? All the women are supposed to come out now, regardless of your country, of your town, or your dialect, your ethnicity. Come out. If you think that this country needs to be saved, it's the time. Labor union is supposed to be at the forefront. Labor union, Christian Association of Nigeria, Muslim community, every Nigerian should come out, speak out. Then these whole things will stop. If the president is not found fit, then he will step aside. Let somebody that has the capacity, somebody that has the wherewithal, let him take over the mantle of leadership and steer this ship to safety, or else Nigeria will sink. We are watching it and it's happening on daily basis. When all these investors leaves the shores of our country, what do we do? Look at Dubai giving us, just look at how outrageous they are, telling us that you must have up to 15 million in your account, and the money you pay for verification of whatever your information will be 640k. For what? And Nigeria is not even giving them conditions in return. It's because we are nothing. We are a heap of dump. Every other country in Africa is ahead of us. Every other country. You don't go to country like Togo now or Ghana and you are telling them we are having a steady power, so at least we can boast of 15 hours power. This thing is old story to them. They don't talk this nonsense anymore. They are far ahead. People are using the electricity. If you have money, you pay and get your electricity. It's as simple as that. The same way, if you don't have money, your phone shuts down. Once you recharge your phone, you start having communication. That's how it should be with electricity. You go and buy. Here, people are paying for what they are not using. You just stay in your office and write bill and send to them, and people are obeying you. Imagine that nonsense. They will sit in their house and watch your official come with their car and their ladder, climb there and cut wire they didn't buy, and they will have the mind to take it again. You guys are all crazy. You are mad, all of you. I'm telling you. I pay you and I'm not getting that electricity. You're not giving me what I paid for, and I'm watching you come back again to tell me you want to cut my electricity. Tomorrow you tell me about transformer this, that you are a mad person. I will deal with you in such a way that you will not remember this street again. You better switch off that your nonsense from that place. Switch it off. Switch it off. Pata pata. We rather stay without. People are buying solar now. We'll stay without. Let's see who will go hungry. Rubbish. People are here crying every day. And Jakpa, you guys are Jakpa. We are not even ashamed as government. People are running away from the country. They use that slogan, Jakpa, and you open your mouth and talk about it like it's nothing. Are you not ashamed that all the citizens of this country has left? The meaningful citizens have left here. The best doctors you have in the country left because of $5,000. You are not even ashamed. They went to a country that has oil just like you. You're always on the back foot. Always on the back foot. What nonsense. And the stupidity of the Christians around here won't even let us breathe. When it's like you want to think and have a peace of mind, they will come with their nonsense. All those things God was busy revealing to you. God doesn't reveal all this nonsense to you. And God has never asked you to send the one into president. God has never asked you to go to the house of a parliament and say that this is what he sent you to come and say. God doesn't send you. God only show you a blind person. God only show you somebody with marine spirit. God only shows you somebody with ancestral curse. God will punish all of you that claims to be ministers of God, rubbish human beings, criminals. God said this to you. People are crying and God has gone dumb. God can't send you again to come and say this and that. Nonsense. You are all afraid of government. You are afraid of Mr. President. You are afraid of DSS. That's why you don't say that nonsense. God is not telling you any nonsense. Shut up. Shut your gutters. God said this. God said, and God, you know what? God said to me, I don't know. Should I say this? God said, God is not saying no nonsense. Shut up. Who are you that God is speaking to you? God that cannot open mouth and talk about our bad governors. God that can't say anything about bad governance in Nigeria. He's only telling you about people like that your God is useless. Shut up, you and your God perish there. Rubbish. God said this, God said that. There is no nonsense God saying that nonsense. God doesn't talk. After smoking or after drinking whatever, taking hard drugs, you come out and say, when you start hearing something from your head, you begin to say that God said this. There ain't no God saying that trash to you, man. Go and check yourself in the hospital. Maybe you're having multiple personality disorder. That's what you're suffering from. There is no God telling you no nonsense. Rubbish. God didn't even reveal to you that Donald Trump will be shot. Rubbish. And God said, spoke to me. When God spoke to me. Look at them, they will change their mind. And God spoke, thunder, God spoke to you. Where are those morons who parade themselves as ministers of God? If I be man of God, if I be man of God. Time has come. Let's see you and that your God. Come and tell us what he said. Tell Tinubu what your God said. Or God doesn't recognize Tinubu anymore. In Nigeria, it's you that God recognizes. As who? Mwa bingo. God said to you. As who? As one of the criminals around who are extorting people of their hard-earned money. People who have been fucked by the government. You went ahead and raped them the more in the name of Jesus. Nonsense. What a failed country. If Nigeria was a working country, you tell me that you float churches everywhere without contributing to the growth of the economy. Huh? Making noise here and there. Preaching what you are not sure of. You are sure that Jesus is coming soon, and you are busy buying thousands of lands, thousands of acres of land. And you know that Jesus is coming. What if he comes tomorrow? What happens to your money? Will you be here to drag the land? My man of God, leave it for us. This mad people everywhere. Everybody here in Akpozomo, no one has conscience. Filled with people who doesn't know their left from right anymore. People are confused due to frustration. Everything around them frustrates. Everything, even the air they breathe here. Everything, nothing is filtered. All this gas flaring or whatever has filled the air and it polluted the air we breathe. That's why every day you see people telling they are suffering from malaria and typhoid. There is no malaria and typhoid. It's this thing that is causing it. But the doctors won't tell you. They need money. This is the only thing they will tell you are suffering from. You buy a tesunat, you buy this nut, this one, sunat, this, that, every day. They keep manufacturing, controlling your life. One day you die off. They continue from your daughter. And it continues. The cycle is there. Go to Ogoni. Go to those places where all this oil is. Every day they tell you about oil spillage. How much have federal government contributed to cleanse that area? And somebody from that kind of place will still come out and be praising the government. Somebody like Asari Dokubo. What a shameless man. A man that doesn't have a shame. Look at where you came from. A land filled with oil. But people are living in abject poverty. People are living in deprivation. Where you came from, you say you have oil wells, but none belong to a person from your community, and you are still talking. You don't know anything good because you don't want good in your life. How would it be that at least 10 people from your community owns an oil well? Because you deserve it. It came from your land. That is why you are from there. You should be a beneficiary to the natural deposit you find in your community, but none of you have access to it, and you are still here talking. When real men are talking, a bloated giant, will I say giant or what, will be talking. Today you are a German, tomorrow you are Igbo, a confused man. Once they make you a head of whatever, you think you have arrived. The frustration in the country will still make you nobody. Nigeria is a country whereby even if you have billions of naira, you'll be suffering. You must suffer with all that your money. Will you be flying all the time? Even if you want to fly, one story will happen in the airport. When you touch down in the airport, just you travel by road, go slow will hold you just as it's holding a common man. You and your bunch of escorts, you will blow your siren until you get tired in that go slow. You see that you are suffering the same way a poor man is suffering. We all suffer you together with all your money. You are suffering. You can't travel to your village at will. The place you call your home, you can't travel. You see how you are suffering. When the poor people are crying, the rich also cry. Come and go to your village now. You can't go easily. You can't travel easily. If you are from the north, travel from Abuja to Maiduguri. Travel now. Make I know whether you go reach there. You see, we are all suffering it together. Go and sit down, you are suffering too. And frustration will kill you one day. After all, even the more money you have, more problem you have. More money you come across, more problem you see. Yes, you have more problem. Rubbish. What a country. Furthermore, I never wanted this program can end here. They never made the plan. Let them continue with their plan, but let them understand that this kind of thing, you don't need to start sending out messages. We are going to do this on so day. They will scuttle it. They will find a way to make you or to dissuade you not to do it. Either they buy you with money or they pour allegations on you, even arrest you overnight. They won't see you again. To take 10 years before you come out again. By then, they could see that you are weak now. You can't do anything again. That is the strategy in the country. I'm telling you. See the way they've caged Nnamdi Kanu. It's not like they can't release him. They want to make him weak. Once they see that he is weak, that's when they will leave him. That's Nigeria for you. And there's nothing you can do. How many people are still jumping up for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? How many? Even the day he appears in court, how many people do go there now? That's Nigeria. They will frustrate you. Frustrate you. And when another one gets into power again, he'll continue from where the other one stopped. The predecessor and the one here now are the same thing. They swear them to an oath that you shall not deviate from this path so that you don't go and expose us. This is our strength. Our strength lies in lies and deceit. You must learn politics in Nigeria. Politics in Nigeria is devilish. That's why none of them will enter heaven, if at all it exists. And they are not ready to enter there. They don't even want it. They are comfortable here. They want to live their heaven here on earth. That is why they keep stealing our money, piling them up for their children and great-great-grandchildren. This is what they have become, all of them, no exception. Once they get into power, forget them. They become satanic and devilish. They are demons, no conscience. Thank you very much. Tomorrow is going to be another wonderful day. I'll meet you guys. Let me love you and leave you. Good night.